Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn some important Excel shortcuts that can save our time in our day-to-day work. The first function relates to flash fill, how we can use flash fill in a different task to save our time. The second one relates to format cells, how we can represent the cell in a different way. The third one relates to aggregate functions, how we can use aggregate function to provide an automated serial number. The fourth one relates to the filter and percentage. The fifth one relates to how we can get an auto sum function. And the sixth one relates to the rows and columns, how we can shift the rows and columns in a most effective way. Now let's come to the Excel sheet. This is the Excel sheet and we will first try to learn how we can use Excel flash fill functions in a very different way. Now these are the names of the 14 persons, and if I want to extract the first name and the last name in a different cell, so we can simply type the first name of a full name and in the next cell press Ctrl E. Now you will get the first name of all the names. In a similar way, you just type the second name and press Ctrl E. You will get the second name of the names. In a similar way, if you want to concatenate the names, if you have the first and last name, you just type the first and the last name after giving a space between them and press Ctrl E button. You will add those names in a very shortcut way. In a few seconds, all the names has been divided into first name or last name, and all the names has been concatenated. Now let's see another use of flash fill functions. If I want the first letter of the names, we can get it in a very simple way. You just type the first letters of the names and press Ctrl E button. You will get all the first letters of the names. See, for Reliance Industries Limited, we have got RIL. For Tata Consultancy Services Limited, we have got TC as well. So in this way, we can get the first letter of all the names. Now, let's see how we can use the flash fill to know these PAN numbers relates to which status of persons, which kinds of persons. Whether this PAN, the seventh number PAN, relates to company or firm, we'll get to know surely by using this flash fill function. We all know that fourth letter of PAN defines the status of the persons. So let's see, in the case of first PAN, the fourth letter is C. So you just type C and press Ctrl E to the next cell and you will get the fourth letter of all the PAN numbers. Now let's use the VLOOKUP functions here to get the status of the persons. Now, by using the flash fill functions and by using the VLOOKUP, I am able to know that the second number PAN, that is this one, relates to firm. The fourth number PAN relates to individual. The sixth number relates to association of persons. Now suppose this is not a list of 16 PANs, it is a list of 16,000 PANs. So by using this flash fill function and by using this VLOOKUP function, we can just get how many of them relates to person, how many are individuals, how many of them are firms, how many of them are LLPs. So this is another use of flash fill. Let's see the last use of flash fill. So we all know that in corporates, email IDs are created on the name of the company, and suppose these are all the email IDs of the persons, and if I want to extract the names out of those email IDs, then you just type the name of the email IDs that has been provided and just press Ctrl E button. You will get all the names out of email IDs. And if you want the first name, you just type the first name, and if you want the second name also, you just type the second name and press Ctrl E, Ctrl E. And here thus we have extracted the full name, the first name and the last name out of this complex email IDs. And suppose this is not a list of 14%, this is a list of 14,000 persons. So this will get our task done in a few seconds. So this is how we can use flash fill functions. Let's come to the next function, that is format cell. We all use format cells in some way. Now let's see how we can use. Now as you can see that there are 4 columns. The first one is repairing maintenance, where the number is being disclosed in 10 lakhs, but actually the number is in full figure, that is 10 lakhs. Same way 11 lakhs is actually 11 lakhs, but it is appearing as 11L. All the numbers as you see in first and second column are actually full number in the formula bar. It means that number is still there, but I have formatted the cell in such a way that it will be appearing in a different way. So 1000 is still 1000, 18,800 is still 18,800, but it is appearing as 18K. Let's change it to 25,000. It will be appearing as 25K, but it is still 25,000. Let's change this to 1 lakhs. It will be appearing as 1L, but it is still 1 lakhs. In third column, you see in the liability, some of the cells are negative, so it is highlighted in red, whereas others are in black. So I try to format it the cells in such a way that it will highlight the negative values as red instead of negative sign. So it will be eye catching also. Suppose I have typed negative 10,000 here, it will be appearing as red. This is the very effective use of format cells. Now let's see the another use of format cells. Now if I want to see only those numbers in a column which are above a certain limit, say 1 lakhs. So by using this format cells options, I can get that also. Let's see how. Now this amount is 1,01,000, that's why it is appearing. Next amount is 80,000, it is hidden, but in formula bar it is still there. So without deleting the cell, I can format the cell. You see, in case of it is 1,28,000, it is above than 1 lakh, that's why it is appearing. If I convert it to 1,000, it will be hidden. If I convert it to 2 rupees, it will be hidden. So this is very effective use of format cells. And let's crack the formula of these 4 different options of format cells. I've actually copied and pasted the formula here in this cells above the respective column head, but you cannot see because I've also applied a different another formula to hide it. And the formula is in this cell. You see, this is the cell formula that I've used to hidden this. If you select the cells and press Ctrl 1, you will get to know the formula used. If I delete and press Ctrl 1, this is the formula that I've used in formatted cells options. You go to any cell, press Ctrl 1, you will get to know the formula used. I will share the sheets, don't bother for that. So for each cell, I have used different formula to get a report like this. You see, so in this way, we can use format cell options to get to format the cells in a very different way and very useful way. Let's come to the third functions, the aggregate functions. Aggregate function is a very vast functions, but here we will cover only one option of it, that is count function and ignore hidden rows function. So when you type an aggregate functions equal to aggregate, you see there are so many functions that it can be used for, but we will cover only count a functions 3, and here we see that aggregate of it can be considered ignoring certain things like ignoring nested subtotals, ignoring hidden rows, ignoring error values. So we will use this ignore hidden rows functions 5. Let's see how this can be used in our work life in a very simplest way. Suppose during the audit assignments, we all prepare requirement list. Now this is the requirement list that we have prepared for a certain audit assignment, and you see there are total list of 10, and these are the serial numbers that has been generated using different formulas. Now let's see which formula is more effective and which one will win. Suppose the purchase register has been received, the GST reconciliation has been received, and MRL and engagement letter was provided last year, so this is not required in the current audit engagement. So you just take it. Yes, you just select it, MRL, yes. So these three documents has been received. You can just filter those out, and you see only these are the pending documents that has to be sent to the client now, or discussed with the client why this not has been provided. So when you will send it, you also require the serial number. Now let's see which column have still serial number in a proper way. You see the in first column and second column, the serial number has been disturbed to some extent. The 2 number is not appearing, the 5 number is not appearing in both these columns. But in the third column, that is a winner, is still standing correct and appearing, and the serial number is appearing correct. So let's clear the filter, and even if you delete certain rows, the third serial number is the third column number is still standing correct. Means the serial number is still correct, and we can send it as it directly to the client without adjusting the serial number again and again. These serial numbers has been distorted completely, and this remains to some extent correct. But so the winner is third column, and we can use this formula for future references. Let's come to the another shortcut of Excel, that is shifting of rows and columns. We all during we while using Excel, we all try to shift certain rows or columns to some extent as required. So the traditional way of moving West Bengal before Goa will be what? Will be adding a cell, adding a column before Goa. The you select the West Bengal, cut it, paste it here, and you delete the cell. If you want to move client 7 before client 2, then you will simply you will simply add a row before control client 2. You will select the row 7, cut it, and you will paste it here, correct? And you will delete it. Now another very simple way of moving rows and columns is, if you want to move Assam before West Bengal, you just simply select it, click on shift, hold it, and press left click to move it. And yes, in this way you have just shifted Assam before Bengal without adding, deleting, or cutting any rows or columns. So if you want to shift again the 6 before 7, you can do it without deleting any cell or without adding any cell. How? Let's see. You just select it, press shift button. Let's go to the edge of any cell, hold it, and move it where you want to place it. Yes. And in this way, we can just move the rows and columns in an effective way without deleting any cells or without adding any columns. Now let's come to the another very common function of the Excel, that is auto sum functions. Now, when we try to add certain cells, we simply type sum and select the cells. Another way of doing it is you just simply type alt equal to and select those cells which you want to consider and hit the enter button. When you hit it, you will get the total of all the cells selected. But suppose I want the total of only DEF Limited. In that case, filter it out, and you will get that the total of it is still 15 lakhs. It is not considering the value that I have filtered out. Actually, the total of DF Limited should be 7 lakhs 9,375, but it is still appearing as 15 lakhs. Why? Because the formula has not been changed according to the filter option. So in that case, the next level of auto sum is you just use alt equal to function. After applying filter, then you will get to know that the formula has changed from sum equal to subtotal, and you just simply select it, and you will get the result of those cells that has been filtered out. And if you want it more effectively, then you can just simply type again alt equal to, select the cell before the first, select the cell, the first one, and go to the last one. The last one is 25, and control head enter button. In this way, when you change the options again, DEF to IKJ limited, you will see that this total has been changed to the only one that has been appearing in the Excel now. Now this total is 5,42,000, and it is also appearing as 5,42,000. In this way, we can use these functions in an effective way. Let's come to the another functions, very common function of it. If anyone wants to apply filter option, what he will do? He will simply go to the head of any column, suppose in the company, and then he will click it, and he will go to search option, and then he will select the option that he want to apply filter on. Yes, in this way he can apply filter. Another way of applying filter is you just simply select any cell that you apply filter on. You just go to right click and you go to filter and filter by the selected sales value. And in this way, you can apply filter to any cell without going to that traditional way. Let's see another shortcut of Excel, the how we can convert these numbers into percentage. So if you try to do it by traditional way, by simply selecting the cells and go to percentage option, it will be displaying like this. And I want to retain those numbers as it is and add a percentage option over it. So how can we do it? You just simply type 1%, copy it, select all the cells that you want to apply percentage on, go to paste spatial, multiply, select the multiply option and press OK. And you see all the numbers 80, 90, 77, 87 has been converted into percentage without changing it. So in this way, we can use these functions, the very common functions of Excel, in a most effective way. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you like it. Subscribe the channel for more such videos in the future.